Setting boundaries with former partners, especially if you have kids, can be really, really difficult. But I'm going to give you some thoughts today and a story about how you can move ahead in life without a lot of arguing and fighting if you have a former partner with children right now. Hey, David Essel here, David Essel's Daily Video Boost, your exclusive online video community. So glad to have you with us. Remember, take notes. Don't trust your brain. Take notes and then do something today in any area of life that you'd rather not do. So I'm working with a client not too long ago, and she was telling me about how her former husband intimidates her. And they have children, and he'll come over to the house, and he'll inspect the house, and he'll go into the refrigerator, and he'll make comments about how she's not doing this right and that right. And, you know, it's just constantly this negative energy. He'll barge in sometimes. Sometimes he just walks in without even knocking. And it really irritates her. And the other day they had this disagreement, and she said, David, you know what? I feel like a 3-year-old looking for my father's approval. And that was the truth. She's been so afraid ever since she started began dating him and then marrying this man to stand up for herself, you know, and it's called codependency. And we've talked about it as the largest addiction in the world. So as she's going through it, and I'm asking her, well, what are options? How can you deal with it better? What would a strong, independent woman do? You know, some things started to come to the surface. And so if you find yourself in this situation where you have an obnoxious, abusive, egomaniac ex-wife or husband, a controller that's still trying to control you even though you're divorced, but you have kids, so you do have to interact with them. Here's a couple tips. Number one, create a list of absolutes that are no longer acceptable. And what might that be? Well, for her, it would be coming in the house unannounced. Another would be that you're not going to be invited into the house unless I personally invite you. So don't walk in and say you've got to check on your daughter's or your son's homework unannounced. No. What you need to do is ask permission to come into the house. Next, if you are ever back into my house and you feel like criticizing, I will ask you to leave. In other words, what we've got to do is set really strong, healthy boundaries, and then there's got to be a consequence. What is the consequence? Well, you could say that from now on, instead of bringing the kids to my house, we are going to meet somewhere in public. I will drive 15, 20, 30 minutes to meet you in a McDonald's parking lot if that's what's necessary in order to stop the insanity of allowing you to come in, criticizing me, putting me down in front of the children. Does that make sense? Now, it takes an extremely independent person to do this. The codependent doesn't want to rock the boat. The codependent person doesn't want to have people upset with us, right? The codependent person goes into a shell when confrontation occurs. This is going to take practice. So if you need help, reach out to a counselor, a therapist, a coach, someone that can look at it from the bird's eye view and see what is going amiss and how you might be able to help it. Okay, don't forget to let your friends and family know that the Daily Boost is here for them as well. We have people from all over the world that have signed up for it, and we're so glad you're watching it right now. It's so inexpensive. Just have them go to talkdavid.com. And if you're in a relationship and you're struggling, or you're in a former relationship because you have kids that you're struggling, or if there's any other challenge that you go, you know what, enough of this. I really need to move forward in life. Let me help you move forward one-on-one. We accept new clients every week into our practice via phone or Skype. And all of our work is 100% money back guaranteed, so there's no risk on your part. But as that old saying goes, if not today, when? Think about it and have a beautiful, beautiful day.